Hi friends, my name is Jacqueline and welcome to my channel for the first time or welcome back. Today we are going to be doing a full day of eating in a calorie deficit. So I'm showing you everything I'm eating from when I wake up, when I go to bed, to give you a realistic idea of what it looks like to do this in a healthy way if maybe it's something you're considering. And if you're new here, this channel is to truly just pursue health the way that God intended to do it, but I want to do it together. So welcome to this little family. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe so you can stay up to date on everything I've got going on here. So it is Saturday morning, which is typically a rest day. So before we do any kind of like movement or anything for the day, I'll usually just start out with a snack. So this morning, to just help get some steps in. We have a pretty busy day, so we're going to just walk our dogs really quick before we get going. So I always will start off the day, every single day, with probiotic. It's called Deloat and it's by Chromix. We do the fresh watermelon flavor. They're like 5 calories a serving, but they come in big like packs like this. There's little individual like sachets of it. And this is the fresh watermelon by Kelly Matthews. So we'll just put this in some water, drink that down. Really helps digestion and all the things, and it tastes good. And then I will take one of these, B12, also by Chromix, just as a vitamin. Quick little snack. I don't ever work out or do anything in the day without having some kind of food in my stomach. So today I'm just gonna eat one of these lightly salted rice cakes from Quaker Oats. Nothing special, but just something to get in my stomach. And then when we get back from our walk, I will eat a much bigger breakfast to set up the day. Getting steps in the earliest part of the day, I feel like is super helpful, so you're not stressing the rest of the day trying to get them in. Right now, my goal has been 10K steps. I'm going into week 8 of my deficit, so typically gonna go for about 12 weeks, but I might be upping my steps to like 11K, 12K, depending on how my check-in tomorrow morning goes. After this, we're gonna make some breakfast, do a little God time, and then I need to get my eyebrows threaded because they're looking some type of way and we need to fix that. And then we are going to an Abby Gamboa pop-up. I don't super know what's happening there. She's doing a pop-up with a matcha place in LA, so I think it's merch, question mark. We're kind of just going because the vibes seem like it'll be a fun thing to do. And Tyler and I did pottery a couple of weeks ago and it's finally ready, so I'm really excited to pick that up. He made actually, I'm not going to tell you what he made because I want you guys to guess when I show you the finished products. So we're going to pick those up on our way to the pop-up, and then Tyler's brother is moving, so we're having a little family hangout, get together later this evening as a send-off. And then tonight, I think we're just going to hang. But I just want to take you guys along so you guys can see what I'm eating in a full day of a deficit. This is by no means saying this is what you should eat on a calorie deficit, but things that I'm thinking about, little tricks that I have to make it sustainable, because calories are not super low right now, but we've still been making a ton of progress and I'm on track to hit my goal by the end of the cut. So I'm excited to take you guys along. All right, we're back and it is breakfast time. Breakfast is my favorite meal. So I'll show you everything I'm using and I can give you, I guess, like grammage if you're curious. So first thing is I'm gonna do some sourdough, and we get this like sourdough boule from Sprouts and they're really good. I'll have a piece of that. I'm having, I think, like 56 grams. And then I will always do some egg whites to help hit protein. Egg white is super low calorie, so we usually will just get these cage-free liquid egg whites from Sam's Club, and they come in a really large box and are super reasonably priced. So I'll do 200 grams of the liquid egg whites, and then I will do 2 of these Amy Lou sausages. We get them from Sprouts. They're phenomenal. Also another good source of protein. And then I always have hard-boiled eggs on hand, so I will usually make like 8 or something for the week, and then I just have them in a Tupperware so I can have them ready to go. So I'm gonna have one of these guys. And then I'll do some avocado. I'll do 30-ish grams of avocado. I use this low-fat cottage cheese from Sprouts, and I'll do usually like 20 grams of this or a tablespoon equivalent. So I'm gonna get breakfast ready. Did eat one of the sausages already, but I'll spread my hard-boiled egg on top of the toast. The egg whites do not look like, they're not aesthetically pleasing, but really high in protein, really yummy, and this is like a repeat breakfast for me. So I'm gonna eat some breakfast and then start getting ready for the day. All right, friends, I'm gonna yap because I have the camera and I can, and I'm on the way to my eyebrow threading appointment, which I'm excited about because they need to get their life together. My eyebrows are looking rough. I guess I just want to give you a little update about my deficit so far, so you know kind of what is happening as you're watching this video. I'm truly going to show you everything I consumed today so you can have a realistic idea of what I'm eating in a calorie deficit day. And I guess to just explain what a calorie deficit is for anyone who might not know, it's a period of time. It's not lifestyle, you're not living in a deficit, where you're intentionally cutting your calories between 300 and 500 calories of your daily maintenance calories. And the goal is fat loss. So typically in a deficit, you're increasing cardio, you're increasing your step count, being really intentional about your macros so that you can lose fat while also retaining the muscle that you have on. You'll see people saying like, if you're in a deficit, increase steps, increase cardio. And they're not doing it just to get you to increase cardio. It's because it's math. It's calories in versus calories out. So the more calories you're burning, the quicker you're gonna lose weight. So the goal during a deficit is 1 pound to 1.5 pounds a week. I've seen some people do some really insane deficits where they're dropping like 800 calories, which is not a great idea, but increasing your movement is going to obviously help increase your total calories burned. The math of it is 3,500 calories is about 1 pound. So if you do the math, that is where that comes from. Also being really intentional about protein. Protein is great because it is super filling. So usually people will increase their protein in a deficit so that they feel more full during the deficit. Also, it helps you keep on muscle while you're losing fat, because if you're not eating enough protein and your body doesn't have enough calories, it's not going to hold on to the muscle that you've worked really hard to build. So being intentional about eating enough protein, I think it's just the way I grew up. Our family ate a lot of protein. So I don't really have a hard time hitting protein. A good protein goal is like 1 gram of protein per pound of your goal body weight. So if your goal is, I don't know, let's say 175 pounds, you should be eating 175 grams of protein. And obviously, you know, whatever your goal weight is going to depend on the person. So being intentional about eating enough protein, and that you want to be intentional on a deficit to not just eat whatever. Because the reality is you can be in a deficit and be eating in and out and still be under your calories. You're just not going to be able to eat a lot. But being intentional about eating whole foods, something I've been challenged / convicted of recently is trying to eat things that either have less than 5 ingredients. So whole foods like meats, veggies, fruits, all the good things, grains, bread, things like that. Or not eating anything that you cannot pronounce some of the ingredients. So if there's something you can't read on the ingredient list, you shouldn't be eating it. Obviously, is that a hard and fast rule? No, because your girl wants an Oreo time to time. But in a deficit, you just have to be locked in and tracking. And the biggest thing that I see, like red flag wise, is people will not track everything. So they're forgetting to track creamer, or they're forgetting to track the oil that they're cooking with. And there can be a mentality of like, oh, well, it's not that big of a deal. It's like just a little thing of oil. But there is calories in that. So if you're saying you're in a deficit, but you're not actually tracking everything that you're consuming, you're probably not in a real deficit. And that's why you're not losing weight. So you shouldn't be living in a deficit because it's just harmful for your body. It should only be a period of time where then after this deficit, I'll increase calories 50 to 100 calories a week to get back to my maintenance calories. But I'm on track to hit my goal weight right now, which I'm really excited about. So just wanted to update you guys so you guys kind of understand where I'm coming from as I'm eating throughout the day. But like I said, today is a rest day, so just prioritizing getting steps and still hitting that protein goal even on days that you're not working out. So let's go get this eyebrow situation figured out. They're looking red. We're back together. Now we're gonna go home. I think it's gonna adjust this. We're gonna go home. Get ready for this pop-up and probably eat a snack before we go. So let's hit it. Okay, so showered, got semi-ready, and I'm gonna make a little yogurt bowl. I say yogi bowl at home. Tyler's laughing at me. I'm gonna make a little yogurt bowl because it's like 12 o'clock and I feel like that's too early to eat my like actual lunch, but I need something to eat so I don't get homicidal while we are on this event. So yogurt base, I use the Siggy's Greek yogurt. You can get this pretty much anywhere. I feel like you can find it at Sprouts, you can find it at Walmart, and it has very low ingredients. So this is what we're rolling with. I'm gonna do 250 grams of this, do a little bit of honey, 5 grams of honey, and then this peanut butter is called Teddy's peanut butter, and you can find it at Walmart. And the only ingredients are dry roasted peanuts and salt. So I'll do half a tablespoon of this. I will do Hue. I don't know how you say it. They have like the candy bars, they're chocolate bars, but they started making chocolate chips. So I used to like get the candy bars and like smash them, but I will do 8 grams of these dark chocolate chips. These I've only been able to find at Sprouts. And then I will do some just strawberries, and I will do chia seeds to help get fiber in. Fun fact I learned yesterday, I keep looking this way because Tyler is in here. The average American, apparently, I need to fact check this, gets 2 to 3 grams of fiber a day. That is insane because the recommended average is I think 28 28 for women and then 38 for like a male. So my goal is 25. So adding the chia seeds helps hit that fiber goal, but also just eating like whole foods will help you do that. But chia seeds are a nice little add. And this is what we are rocking with. You can't really see all the toppings, but my yogurt bowl is like one of my favorite things of the day. Perfect snack and a great vehicle for fruit. Yogurt bowl has been consumed, but I'm showing Tyler what the inspiration is for our dinner. So I saw this girl make crispy salmon bites. So tonight for dinner, we are going to chop up some salmon and put them in the air fryer. That looks insane. You guys will be seeing our attempt of this in this vlog.
There's always salmon frozen in our fridge.
That is true. So crispy salmon bites coming at you tonight. I feel like that could be a new staple. We've also been wanting to try to make crispy tuna rice situation.
Yeah, she tried it at sushi. I ordered crispy rice and she wasn't gonna have any. She goes, I have one. And then the waiter came and she goes, we're gonna have some more crispy rice, please. I was like, oh, we're having more crispy rice.
All right, friends, we are about to grab our pottery. We are on Melrose, so we are deep in LA, but I'm so excited, and you guys are gonna guess who made what. So we've got two here. The first is a salsa bowl. You guys are gonna guess who made each. We're a little sad because they didn't glaze the bottom of them, but that's okay. So we've got this little salsa dish, which is cutie. Okay. A little berry bowl. Oh, is it gonna focus?
I wonder who chose the pink.
Shut up. Now we're on the way to the Abigail pop-up, and perfect LA fashion, there is traffic. So we are about to get headed there, and we'll see how long it takes. All right, friends, we made it. We're in the streets of LA. Casey, say hi.
Hey, what's up?
Guys, we're here. I'm excited to see it. I really hope there's not a long line. In Jesus' name. It's like halfway through the event, so I'm hoping that there is not a lot of people. Sorry, we're crossing the Jordan River right now. Hold on, let's show them. In Ballet Flats is crazy. Okay. We're making it. We're doing a review of the pop-up. Casey, what did you think?
Matcha was very good.
Oh,
as
slay.
you can see.
All the way from Dallas.
Yeah, very aesthetic.
It was a cool pop-up. I wasn't really looking for merch, but it was very well decorated, great aesthetic. The matcha people were really kind. I did kind of like their hats. Fun time.
Was giving big LA vibes. Was sad because there was a hoodie that I really liked that I saw on Instagram that they did not have in person. But that's probably also on us because we did not get there when it started to like wait in line for merch. So now we are heading home, and I'm going to eat a much later than usual lunch. And then we're going to go head to Tyler's parents' house. So we will show you lunch when we get home. Okay, we're home, and I need a pre-snack for my lunch. So I'm eating this has been my hyperfixation, a date with peanut butter and chunky salt on it. You put them in the freezer and it's life-changing. So this is my snack. Now for lunch, I am doing spaghetti squash, which you can just buy like a giant squash. I cut it in half, take out all the seeds, put it on like a sheet pan, and you can put it in the oven at 400. I'll put some like olive oil and seasoning on it, and then you can just like spaghetti it with the fork, and I'll keep that so it's in a Tupperware, so it looks kind of gross right now. And then I'm gonna do ground turkey. I'm doing 200 grams of the spaghetti squash, 150 grams of the ground turkey, and then I'm gonna do a tablespoon of this no soy teriyaki from Primal Kitchen that you can get at pretty much any grocery store. This is kind of a constant lunch for me because the spaghetti squash is really filling and it's high volume. So gonna eat some lunch. I'll show you guys it once I get it. Okay, this is what we were rocking with. I also forgot to tell you that the ground turkey, I use the Siete taco seasoning. I don't use the whole packet. I'll usually use half of it, and it's like the perfect amount of seasoning for something like this. Time has passed. It is way past my dinner time, but I'm about to cook dinner. Random little snack. I'm gonna eat tomato slices because that's been something I've really enjoyed recently. So I'm having 100 grams of tomatoes with this chunky sea salt. Probably thinking I sound insane, but it is so fire. It's just been hitting the spot. I think maybe because the weather is warming up. I'm gonna eat this, and then I'm gonna make our little salmon bowls. All right, this is the finished product. We have got avocado, that salmon that we threw in the air fryer, and then this is a Greek yogurt sauce that I literally just used plain Greek yogurt and some satay taco seasoning till it turns this color, and it's phenomenal. And then I have some cognac noodles underneath. Let me grab those and I will show those to you guys. Okay, if you are on a cut, this has saved my life. They are cognac noodles and they are from Sprouts. I almost said Trader Joe's. They're amazing. They come in different noodle types. They come in angel hair, fettuccine, and they have spaghetti. They are 30 calories for this whole box, which is a pretty substantial amount of like noodles. They have a ton of fiber and they're super easy to prepare, but it's literally just cognac flour and oat fiber. Really filling, high fiber. I add them to everything. So if you are on a cut, let me help you because these are phenomenal and they go with anything. They don't really taste like anything. They take the flavor of whatever you're cooking. So like with that salmon bowl, it literally just like is a nice filler. So these are a go-to. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to see what we've got going on here. So thank you so much for watching. And if you have any questions, make sure to leave it in the comments. Love you guys and can't wait to see you in the next video.